Hey folks, I'm Harris, and in this video, I'm going to walk you through how to open a Fidelity Brokerage account so that you can buy and sell stocks. And just a disclaimer, I am not affiliated with Fidelity in any way, nor am I sponsored. My reasoning for opening a Fidelity account is that so I can have an alternative to M1 Finance, in a sense buy fractional shares so that I could stretch my dollar further and buy more stocks with less amount of money. The other thing I like about Fidelity is the ability to use tax lots, which a lot of other brokerages don't offer. You can see my other videos on my perspective on M1 Finance, as well as some videos on tax lots, so be sure to find those at the end of this video and be sure to subscribe to my channel. So let's get started. The first thing you'll want to do is head over to fidelity.com, where you're going to be greeted with this homepage. And just a quick word of advice, you may want to Google around and see if they have any promo codes available for Fidelity. It's just free money back in your pocket. In my particular case, at this time, there is no promo code, so I'm just going to open the account as is without any promo code available. So once you're at the home page, you're going to want to hover over where it says investment products and then click on stocks. And it's going to take you to this page called stock trading, and you'll see a button where it says open a brokerage account. And we're going to click that button because we want to open a brokerage account. And then you'll have to fill out this form with a bunch of different questions. So the first question that comes up for me is the account ownership, right? So is this going to be an individual account or a joint account? In my particular scenario, this account is just for me. I don't want to share it with anyone else, so it's just going to be individual. So that's what is already defaulted. That's what I'm going to click, and then I'm going to hit next. Next up, it's going to ask if you already have an existing relationship with Fidelity. Are you already a customer? In my particular case, yes, I am, because I've had some 401k accounts with Fidelity, so I'm going to click yes. But in your case, if you don't have one, you're going to click no, and that's just going to have you fill out the form accordingly with all your personal information. So again, I'm going to click yes because I am already a Fidelity customer, and it's going to have me sign in to pull my information into those forms. So I'm just going to enter in my information, and then I will click next. Now again, it's asking me if this is an individual or joint account. So again, it is an individual account. I'm going to click next. And here's where it's going to have all of your personal information. So in your case, if it's a new account, you probably have to fill all of this out. But in my case, it's already filled out because it's pulling that information from my pre-existing account. The information you have to fill out is going to pertain to your personal information along with your employment information, as well as your account settings. So be sure to fill that out accordingly. And if you do have a promo code, be sure to fill it out right here where it says promotional code. So moving on, I'm going to click confirm my information, and now it's going to take me to the terms page where I have to read all these documentation, make sure I agree with the terms of service of Fidelity, and then I can move forward as soon as I agree to them. So the next question says, do you agree to the electronic delivery of the above statements? In my case, yes, because I do prefer paperless. It's just less mail to deal with and less chances of someone else getting my mail. So I am going to opt for the electronic delivery, but you can do whatever you like in your particular scenario. And then it's going to ask you a bunch of questions regarding your taxpayer identification number. You must check this box if you have been notified by the IRS that you currently are not that you are currently subject to backup withholding because you have failed to report all interest and dividends on your tax return. So in my case, I have not been notified of such behavior, so I'm going to leave that as is. Moving on, the next question says, by selecting open account below, you acknowledge that you are the person named in this application. You have been provided with the above documents electronically and don't need a paper copy. You have read and understood, all of the above basically, and that you will electronically sign this application by selecting open account. So if you click the button open account, that means you are signing whatever you see here, from all these agreements to all the information that you filled out on those forms. This counts as signing officially. So this account is governed by the pre-dispute arbitration clause, which is part of the Fidelity customer agreement. You can read all this stuff on your own. Be sure to read it carefully because, it's not a joke, so take it seriously. But once you do read it, once you do agree with everything, you can go ahead and click open account. So now we're at that stage where the account is created and you can fund your account. It says, welcome to Fidelity. We'll keep the data you provided safe and secure. Sometimes Fidelity will need more information to confirm your identity. If we do, we'll send you an email. But your account is open, and what you see here is your account number. So now we have to fund the account. How would you like to fund your account? It gives me 4 options. So we can set up a one-time transfer from an existing bank account. So I could have money sent over just once. I can set up a recurring transfer so that on a periodic basis, whether it's weekly, monthly, or whatever increments they allow you, it'll be a recurring transfer. It says the third option is transfer assets from an account at another brokerage firm. So what that means is if you have stocks already in a different brokerage account, like if I have something with Merrill Edge or some other brokerage platform, I can use this number, the third option here, to transfer those stocks over. And finally, the fourth option is to download, print, and mail a paper transfer form. So of all of these, really, I just want to transfer some cash here so that I can make some trades. So I'm going to set up a one-time transfer from a bank account, and generally it'll retain my bank account information. So even though I set up a one-time transfer, next time I need to transfer money, it should be a lot smoother. I shouldn't have to enter any account information again beyond just this one time. But that's just my take on it. So I selected the first option, and I'm going to click continue. It says add a bank account and transfer assets in one day via electronic funds transfer. So I'm going to click continue. By the way, if you are finding this content helpful, please consider subscribing to my channel. I'm going to have a bunch more videos just like this one to help you build your wealth. And now we're at this move money page. So it says, which accounts do you want to move money from? And you go to this drop down. It's going to give you all the available options. So if you have an existing Fidelity account, it'll probably list those up top first, and then it'll give you the other methods. So in my particular case, I want to move money from Bank of America to here because that's where my money is right now. So under other methods, I'm going to click link a bank to a Fidelity account. Then it says next you'll follow steps to link a new bank. So then we're going to go to continue. Now I'm at the screen where it says extra security step required, and it does want to verify my information and make sure I'm the right person making this transaction. So it's either going to send me a call or a text message, and I'm going to click next. And I'm going to opt for text message because that's how I like to receive my security code. So I'm going to click next, and on your phone, if that's what you opted for, you'll get a text message. This is nothing new. I mean, you guys probably see this everywhere, two-factor authentication. So I'm going to enter in the code that came to my phone, and then I'm going to click next. If you don't get the code, make sure to click request another one, and they'll send another one your way. But we made it past that security layer. So link a bank account to easily transfer money. What transfer type would you like to enable for this account? So I'm going to go with the electronic funds transfer. That's how I've always done it, not into the bank wire at this time. So which account would you like to link this bank to? So I'm going to click the drop down, and it'll list any existing Fidelity accounts that I have. In your case, if you created a new account and it's your first account, you'll only see that as an option. In my case, I have 2 because again, I had the 401k and then I have the new one. So whatever new one you just created, the account that you want to send money to, that's what you'll want to select. So the next question is select the bank account you'd like to link. And then you want to click link a new bank account, and then it'll ask you who owns the bank account from which you want to transfer. In my case, I own that account, nobody else. It's my own money, so I am the owner of that bank account. And now it's going to ask you what type of account is it that you want to send money from. So in my case, it is a checking account. So that's what I selected. And now it's going to ask you for all the good stuff, all the bank information. So you want to be sure to fill that out. So I just logged into my Bank of America account, and I was able to grab all of this information that it's asking. So the routing number, the account number, and again, enter the account number once again just to validate. So once you have all that information there, and whatever bank you have, bank account you have, it is going to have a routing number and an account number. So be sure to fill that in. from the checking account, and you should be good to go. But scrolling down here, by selecting agree and continue, you are acknowledging that you have read and agreed to the terms and conditions for this fund transfer. And in my case, I do agree to that. So I'm going to go ahead and click this. You are also representing to Fidelity that you are owner of the bank account noted above. So just be mindful that you are truthful in what you're saying, and you should be good to go. So in my case, I'm going to hit agree and continue because I do agree to those terms. Now we've come to the page where it says we've linked this bank to your Fidelity account. These Fidelity accounts are already linked to your bank. It's now linked. So we got that verification that the link was made successful. Now in the event that you have other accounts with Fidelity, it's going to say to save time later, you also have the option to link your bank to other Fidelity accounts, and it's going to allow you to select or deselect from those accounts. So I'm going to leave it as is right now. I'm going to hit submit and finish. It says success, your bank account has been linked, and then it gives you a list of all your linked Fidelity accounts along with your bank details for the account you just linked to those Fidelity accounts. So after linking your bank, if you scroll down, it gives you some other options. Do you want to transfer money now? Do you want to review your linked bank accounts, or do you want to set up automatic investments? So we're not there yet. Really, I just want to transfer some money over so I could have my account ready to make trades. So I'm going to go ahead and click transfer money now. Now it says, let's start with the basics. Which accounts do you want to move money from? In my case, I want to move it from the Bank of America account I just added because I want to fund my new Fidelity Brokerage account. So I'm going to click this drop down and I'm going to click Bank of America. The next question is, where will the money be transferred to? And it says delivery times for this money can vary depending on the transfer method that's selected. So it's going to go to the new Fidelity account that I just created. So that's the one I'm going to select here. And then going down, it's going to ask you for the transfer details. So how frequently would you like this to be transferred, on a monthly basis or just once? So again, for me, it's just a one-time transfer. I could always do this on an as-needed basis, but for now, it's just going to be once. When do you want to transfer this over? I'm going to select today's date, which in this case is February 1st. And the transaction limit is $250,000, which is obviously a good problem to have, but in my case, I think $5,000 should be good for now. So that's what I'm going to transfer over. Then I'm going to click continue, and obviously make sure you have that amount available in the account you're sending from. Obviously, you don't want to be at a point where you don't have the funds. So make sure you have the funds before you set it to transfer. So on the next screen, it says there's one last step before submitting your transfer, and it just wants you to review the details. So it's going to tell you it's coming from which bank, it's going to which bank account, what type of transfer it is, the date the transfer will start, and the amount of dollars that you are transferring. So make sure to review that information and then click submit. So we're at this page now where it says your transfer has been submitted. So it was successful. However, it'll give you a timeline of when to expect the transfer to complete. So in this case, in my particular case, the request was submitted today, and for the money to send, it might take 1 to 2 business days. Realistically, probably might take as much as 5, since this is a new account relationship with this brokerage. But that's pretty much it for this video. You know, we created a new brokerage account with Fidelity. We linked our pre-existing bank account to Fidelity so that we could transfer those funds over, so that we do have cash available to trade. And then finally, we did initiate the transfer. So once this transfer completes, our Fidelity account will be ready to go with cash so that we can make trades as we wish. So I hope you guys found this helpful. Please be sure to subscribe to the channel if you found it helpful, and I'll be sure to see you on the next video. Thank you.